What is going on, everybody? Samp here from Samp&Chance. I'm joined by my man, Mr. Chance Michaels. Mr. Michaels, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good yourself.
Can't complain. 2 weeks out of Christmas, 2 weeks out from Christmas, sorry. Things are heating up, man. The stores are packed, roads are clogged, people are acting stupid. So yeah, it's the holiday season.
Yeah, best time of year. It's good. It's fun.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's get into it. AEW, there's a lot going on there, man. Toni Storm made her return, which was kind of cool to see. Like she came back, she adopted her own moniker. Not much was really known about it, but here's where the controversy is, and here's where a lot of people are upset with Tony Khan. She made her actual debut on Rampage, which is the actually lowest rated program that they have. So a
Mhm.
lot of people backstage were very upset at the fact that he would put her debut there where no one watches. And she unveiled a new character. So for those who haven't seen it, Toni Storm came back in her old gimmick, the leather, the eye, the football eyeliner sort of a deal.
Mhm.
But it's a storyline about amnesia.
Yeah.
She
You know
doesn't
what?
know who
I'm
she
actually I
is.
don't blame her for putting her on Rampage. Like you just said, not many people watch it, right? So why not put her on Rampage and try to get a few extra eyeballs to the program? So I
I
think it was
think
a good
that
idea.
no, it wasn't a good idea, dude. I think you're completely wrong. Reason being is you're debuting the character. She should have debuted the storyline on Dynamite opposed to Rampage where nobody watches, right? So it was completely missed. That's the point.
I know, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to generate a buzz for Rampage. We're talking about it. We've never talked about Rampage on the show. So just by him doing this, he's got all the super nerds all over the internet. Tony Khan should have done this. And now guess what everybody's talking about? Rampage.
Yeah, but no
So
one's watched it though.
but
Doesn't
that
affect their ratings. It doesn't
but
help
he's got his
anything.
buzz, right? He's creating a buzz. He's got people talking about it. Nobody really watches AW to begin with. Even Dynamite's only getting 600,000. So I mean, 100,000 on Rampage is a terrible number, but he's trying to create a buzz. He's got us talking. He's got other internet people talking. He's got Bischoff guys talking. We're all saying you screwed up. You should have done Rampage. And I said he did what he. I think what he tried to do is get somebody talking about the show because, like you said, the ratings are abysmal on Rampage. So I think it was a good idea because he's pissed everybody off. At least for talking about it, which is better than not talking about it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But
That's
I
how
mean,
I see it.
the idea was wrong though, in my opinion. I think she should have debuted it on night or on Dynamite, sorry, where it would have actually picked up more steam, and then you bring her into Rampage where people will actually tune in. That's I think should
But
have
that's
been
great.
done.
But then nobody's going to tune in because nobody tuned into Rampage. So at least this way, we talking about Rampage maybe gets another 50, 60, 100,000 out of this little bit of a buzz it has. We'll see what happens on Friday with it. But
But
I'm fine with
let's
it.
see, let's see how it goes. All right. What else is going on? JR is saying that he can't keep up his current schedule. Doesn't have much of a schedule, so I mean, I don't know how much more
Well, it's
he
just
can
health
trim
issues of
off,
travel and stuff,
right?
right? It's a traveling, the health issues. He's in his mid 70s.
Yeah.
He's got cerebral palsy. He's lost his wife. You know, he's traveled his whole life, 40 years. So
No, he's done
it's
great.
hard
I
for an
just
old
think
man,
maybe he
just for an
just
old guy,
retire.
even just to get on the plane and travel around, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I just think he should just retire and call it a day and just wrap it up from there, man. That's just my thinking, anyways.
Guy still loves it. I mean, he does the podcast and stuff. He can do remote stuff, but yeah, it's hard for me. He doesn't even do, like you said, he doesn't even do much as it is, but he just loves
That's
it.
what
It's
I'm
all he
saying.
knows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, brother, man. Saturday night's main event. Did you watch it?
And unfortunately, I was let down by it. All the
Well,
buzz, all
you're
the
let down
hype.
by everything, my friend.
No, actually, I was actually happy with what Tony Khan's doing. Actually, I like to call a ball, and a strike a strike. So I give Tony Khan credit for Dynamite's been getting a little bit better. He's trying to put better matches together. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll get those fans back that he's lost, but he's trying to put on a better show. He's had some better booking matches, but I just it was cool to see Ventura. I mean, he's still got that charisma. He's got more charisma than anybody in that booth still at 70s. But three matches only on Saturday's main event. Was it three matches? A lot of talking, a lot of wasted
No,
time.
it was 5 matches
Oh,
actually.
sorry, that was Raw. Sorry, five matches. A lot of too predictable. I thought. Sorry, didn't have that. They're trying to get the nostalgia feel, but they didn't. They should have had Hogan out there, Mister Saturday's main event. I thought they dropped the ball with not having him out there. It
Hogan
was all
didn't want
right.
to come there. He was too busy in Tampa Bay with Kobe Covington.
Yeah, he only went to Kobe because they didn't ask him to come Saturday's main event. He would have went there instead. He already said that. So that's just them, trying to be maybe
I thought it
woke.
was great. I thought it was awesome. I loved the fact that they had the only thing that wasn't nostalgic were the ring posts. Everything else,
And the work and the best part of Saturday's main event, they didn't even show it on TV. Was when Owens and Rhodes turned on each other there. they took it was on. You didn't see it on NBC. You had to go to YouTube to watch it. So that was the best part of the show that people missed on. I don't know why they did that way. Actually,
they did that to get the traffic over there when they did that afterwards, sort of a deal, because that's kind of the after traffic stuff. But you know what? I thought it was fun. You think what you may. My opinion, I thought the nostalgia was great. I thought they had it down packed with the red bow tie with Joe Testator. I mean, even Joe wasn't on Top Rank that night, right? I mean, he was there. The nostalgia was great. The referees and the shirts, they had everything down packed to the nostalgia. Even the ring rails,
they tried to make the old school feel.
So it was really good.
It had the look, but didn't have the feel. They didn't have they should have.
I thought it did.
If you're doing Saturday's main event, you don't have Hulk Hogan. Then it's like doing the Rolling Stones without Mick Jagger singing. You got everybody there. Where's Mick? Where's Hogan? Hogan should have came out there for a quick second, had introduced the show, said something, smacked somebody around. The only guy who'd you bring back, Jesse Ventura. That was cool, but it's not the same as Hulk,
No, fair enough. But I mean, at the end of the day, I thought they did a great job. I thought the matches were great. It was fun to see it on prime time. It moved really fast. I mean, the show was good that way. I had no issues with it at all. But if you want, let's talk about it a little bit here, man. Liv Morgan, EO going for the title there. Match played out just the way it should have played out. It was a lot of fun. These girls can move. They worked really well together. Right person won just to keep the storyline going. But yeah, I had no problem with it. You?
It was all right match, yeah. Like the matches weren't bad. I just don't think it met the hype that they were selling the hype with about the show, right? The in-ring work wasn't bad. I just didn't. I think they should have brought back a few more legends to kind of get that old school feel. And yeah, it looked like Saturday's main event, but it didn't have that buzz for me at least. But yeah, the matches weren't bad. Yeah, too predictable, right?
Next one's coming up in January 25th. So, let's see what they add to that one. This was just the first one. Big shout out to Chelsea Green, Victoria BC's own Chelsea Green. She won the inaugural U.S. Women's Championship. I think that was the right call. This girl's worked really, really hard. She's really, really built up her character. Right person to put it on, man.
I agree with that. That was the right call. Yeah.
Right. She's looking really good. To be honest, when I was watching the match, the one thing that I kept waiting for was Piper to drop her when she had her up on her shoulders. I was just waiting for her to do it, but she didn't do it. I thought that would be really cool to see, to build a feud up, and because eventually here people are going to start cheering for Chelsea. She's gonna, by default become a fan favorite. The more she does.
I think so. Yeah.
She's like a Gunther that way. You don't want to like her, you don't want to like him, but they're getting more and more of the even the crowd in Long Island. I guess it might be a Matt Ryder kind of a feel to it because she is married to him. They're from Long Island, transplanted she is anyway. So the crowd was behind her as well. I don't have a problem with either one of those girls. Both of those girls have put in their dues. They've worked very, very hard, and either one was deserving of that title. But Chelsea, yeah, not a bad call there at all, man. I'm very happy with it. Show opened with Sammy and Drew McIntyre. Quick start, but I think Drew was the right guy to get the match done. Keep him hot, keep him strong. It wasn't going to hurt Sammy, but man, these guys put on a bit of a show there in the beginning with the brawling. Not much technique, not much skill, just a bit of a brawl, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Great way to start the show.
Yeah, you have to have Drew winning. I mean, Sami Zayn can't beat up the guy in 10th row seat 5 and 6. So you have to have Drew beat Sami. Sami is a great entertainer and he can work in the ring well, but he's just not believable as a tough guy. So yeah, you had to have Drew beat him. I know Sami's beat tough guys, but they got this one right. So yeah, it was good. It was a good match. He works hard.
No, they do. They both worked really hard. Triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Gunther. You know what? This was fun. This was good. I mean, all three guys worked really, really well together. Their timing was really good. Finn brought the speed and the high energy, where the other two guys got more of the toughness and the brawling and the technique down as well. But all three guys worked really, really well together, man. And the close pinfalls and just the way they played it, there was a moment there where I thought, oh shit, Finn was really going to win this thing, right? And
I just don't understand the Finn Balor, why they got to push him in the title contention. He's not over. He's never been over. He tags up with JD McDonough, who's probably the worst wrestler they have on the roster, and they just keep pushing Finn down our throats. And yeah, he can fly around and gymnastic stuff, but like he's just not believable. And I don't know. I just don't know why they need Finn in that higher echelon of matches.
I think it's more to do with the Drew or with the Damian and his feud. I mean, just to kind of build that off. I mean, Gunther was just an added element there. We know where Gunther's going next. He's got Goldberg probably at Royal Rumble. That's probably lining up there or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure. Maybe Goldberg's going to be in the Rumble. I don't know. But, either way, that's the direction that they're going with Gunther. So this just kind of builds up that ongoing feud between these two guys. And I mean, it played out on Raw as we saw last night, where Damian cost him his tag team title. Now they're 1-for-1 in terms of costing each other belts, right? So they're just building up that storyline, and I think that's really what it was all about.
They are building it up, but for the regular dude watching that, it's not believable seeing a guy like Finn Balor all the time push down your throat as a heavyweight champion all the time. It's just not believable.
Yeah,
and
but
the demon
wrestling
Finn
isn't
Balor
supposed to be
just comes
believable, my
across as
friend.
corny, right? Comes across as corny.
Wrestling isn't supposed to be believable. That's just the whole
It
thing.
is. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's best when it is believable.
Not
That's
all the
coming from
time,
Bret
man.
Hart, Shawn Michaels, your boy Triple H. Wrestling is best when it is most believable. Example: when the NWO or Kevin Nash
When
is
they're
throwing
doing a
Ray around,
shoot,
people are calling
yeah.
the
When
police.
they're
It's
doing a shoot,
believable.
sure,
But when
sure.
you're putting wimpy guys out who can't beat up a dude in the fifth row, that's not believable, and that's when the general public pulls back. That's just how it is, right?
I don't know, man. Maybe, maybe. All right, brother, man. You know what? That was the whole. Oh no, we didn't talk about Cody and Kevin Owens here, man. That was a fun match.
Yeah, it was
This,
good, but I'm saying the best part of it was off the air. They should let that
yeah,
roll out.
but this match I think was better than the first one only because Kevin was more, embracing that heel, right? And just the way it was all so. Here's something that no one's really talked about. Kevin Owens t-shirts are the shit. I
Why?
love his t-shirts, man. Like he's wearing the Stardust t-shirt. He's wearing the Dusty t-shirt with his picture on top of Dusty's head. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like these little details that he does there are just absolutely fun to pick out.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. I thought that segment with him and Cole in the car was just so weak, and I don't know who was writing that. It just didn't come across as believable. That little car interview they had when you getting all mad. But yeah, his shirts are great. He's very very smart. The thing is, he just doesn't look believable. Like he acts well, but like he has all these main events and all these title shots. Like give us somebody else. And he's in his late 30s. He's out of shape. It's just hard to believe in him, a guy like that.
Maybe, but I think there's a lot of people who do support him. So
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But the majority don't. That's the thing.
I don't know if I think more than majority do, bro. I think it's a
Well,
minority of people that don't like him.
if we got 6 million that used to watch Raw, we got 1.8, 4 million don't want to watch him anymore. If
Okay.
people, it's not Raw's
We're gonna
not
go there
must see
again?
TV anymore.
We want to go there again?
Yeah, well, I have to keep
Dude,
bringing up
it's
the
just
numbers,
it's
right?
technology and everything, man. It's everything. There's so many people who watch it on with so many different platforms. Nielsen isn't the only way to justify how many people are watching a program. That's the
Well, we're
problem.
going to see for sure when Netflix clicks in because that is the only
Yeah,
way to watch it now. So that'll
no,
tell
no,
us. And I'm
100%. So
telling
we'll
you,
see from January. We'll
and
see from January.
all the super nerds are telling me Raw's going to be Attitude Era. No, they said it's PG-13. We're going to 3 hours. We're basically keeping the same format you see now is going to be on. Like I said the whole time, everything. No, you know what you're talking about. It's not going back to that. They don't have the characters to pull that kind of stuff off either, right? Got to keep that in mind.
Now, let's see what they're going to do, brother man. We'll see. We'll get a better idea of the ratings once we get to Netflix, right? So then, we'll see where they are.
We can't have it both ways. We can't say people love WWE and they love Raw and their numbers are 1.8 million, but say, well, they don't like AEW because they get 100,000 on Rampage. It can't be both ways. So either nobody's watching Raw and nobody's watching Dynamite, or it's everybody else is consuming AEW on different platforms also, so their numbers could be way higher. That's
100% all
right?
across the board, right? And you got to take in global ratings as well. We're just basing it on one region of people who are watching it. There's so many people watching this program
That's what we've always
the
based
world.
it on. Every sport is based on the North. What do you watch in North America, right?
Well, that's only on North America, but wrestling is global, though, right? I mean, that's
it
the
is,
thing.
But the
Not
money.
everyone is tuning in to football around the world.
But that doesn't matter though, because the money.
Hold on. But people are tuning into like things like cricket, which are more global sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the higher ratings. So people may be watching football in the UK, but yes, you're right. Those numbers don't count to North American numbers. I completely agree. The point I'm trying to say is there are so many more people around the world watching the product. That's all.
But the North American, the reason why the ratings are be all end all for wrestling is because that gives you the TV money. So the more people that watch it, the more advertisers, the more sponsors you're gonna get. You get low ratings like Rampage, watch their commercials. They're not getting the big sponsors,
No,
not
I
getting
get
the big
that. I
advertisers.
get that.
So that's what it's all about.
But they're getting the same kind of treatment around the world. Like they're getting the high ratings, the commercial, the revenues are all coming from like TNT, Sony Sports in Asia, sort of a deal. So the money is coming in from all over the place.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is the lower the ratings, the less money you want to bring in.
Well, maybe in North America.
Anywhere.
Well, okay.
Right?
Anyways, I think we're just spinning our wheels here, bro. All right.
I'm just going by the numbers. I'm just going by the facts, right?
No,
So
fair enough,
my
fair enough.
opinion
But
aside, the
you're only
numbers
going
matter.
by one region. That's all I'm trying to say. You're not looking
That's
at
where I
the
live.
whole
I'm not worried
picture.
about what's going on in Saudi Arabia ratings. I focus on what's here.
Right, fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, brother, man. I tell you what, this was a quick show. It was fun. It was fast. I loved it. Plans for Christmas?
No, but one more thing about Raw. 3 matches last night. 3 matches in 2 hours. Sitting there, promos, six backstage segments. It's just too much of that. I thought they were going to put one more match in there, make the
Maybe.
promos a little quicker,
I
and
think
just drag it out. It's becoming monotony. And first thing I thought about Raw yesterday, it was just an infomercial for Netflix, right? I
yeah.
wonder how USA Network feels about that when they say go to Netflix and pump it up Netflix, and
Well,
they're paying them,
they
right?
are doing a tribute show for them, to thank them, sort of a deal in their last
30
episode, right?
years,
Yeah,
32
30
years.
years, right? So
They
they're gonna
actually,
do
most
that
people
for
know
them.
they actually left. They actually left for a little bit, but then they came back. But it was short lived.
Yeah, they went to Spike for a while, for about 2 to 3 years there.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I mean it is what it is, man. I mean we're kind of in a holding stage now, right? I mean, what can you really do in the next 2 weeks? I mean, most of the programming is going to be taped anyways now, going into the rest of the time here, just because of the Christmas break and whatnot. So we're not expecting too much right now. So I can understand them doing it that way. Everything leads up to January the 6th here, man. Really, this is what we're.
It'll be like an anniversary show. They'll go. They're gonna
Yeah,
bring Cena, all the stars. Then it will Raw will be exactly what we're seeing right now. Will be the same in February. It'll just be the same run of the mill show, just an hour longer, which they can barely do a 2 hour show with 3 hours.
well, let's see what they do, man. I'm curious to see how it looks and stuff like that. You know how it's going to play out. I mean, there's a lot of questions that a lot of people don't know. Will there be commercials? What, how are they going to break it up? Or so we'll see how they play it out, how they bring it all, right? Without seeing it, can't criticize it,
I'm
right?
just glad that what I was saying, I knew they were going to PG-13, 3 hour format. Everything I've been saying, people are like, no, they're going to be edgier. No, they're not. They don't have the writers. They don't have the characters to do that edgy stuff anymore. This is kind of what you're going to see, PG-13, sort of family friendly. They're never going to go edgy again. That era's over.
All right, brother man, let's wrap it up here. Let's get this road on the show. So yeah, it's going to be pretty quiet here for the next couple of weeks. We'll figure out what's going on. We'll pick up the headlines as they come in and see what's happening around the world of professional wrestling. My name is Bobby Sampson. His name is Mr. Chance Michaels.
In the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you. And guys, remember, it's the holiday season. So if you're going to go out, enjoy family time, enjoy everyone out there, have a blast, but just remember to get a ride home, find a safe way home, because the holidays don't mean anything if you're not there to celebrate with your loved ones. All right. So please carry a picture of your family in your wallet and just remind yourself every time you see it what those smiles would look like if you were gone. Samp and Chance are out.